I just woke up, so this is what you get. It's just what you get. I'm gonna be real, but I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you. Um, I woke up and it just feels so good to walk through my house. Um, it's not fantastic. It's not. I don't. I'm not rich, but this. My bed is made. Um, my room is clean. I walk out into the next room and it's not real big, but the kitchen table's cleared off. I've got a toolbox on the floor. Um, you know, my kitchen there's some dishes in the sink. Okay. But it's actually clean in here. The rest of my house is clean. My living room is fine. I entertain a lot, so it's just a circular, welcoming goodness. But I was getting ready to make the coffee. And I got to thinking, it's so nice to have everything done. I was raised in a house that wasn't kept all that clean. My mom was not that great at it, and those things they attach to you. You become their habits. What you learn at home, you're gonna learn. So to you, that has children, I know it's hard. I get it, but go ahead and try. I'm not talking about there's toys on the floor. There's a mess. Messiness is okay. Clutter is 100% expected. That's okay. If you got kids, and especially if you work outside the home, that is okay. Don't you dare beat yourself up over it. But if it is turned over into the line of filth or hoarding, please wake up and recognize that's not okay. And you're teaching your children to do that. And what you're doing is you're harboring a habit that is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And I will be straight up honest with you. It's debilitating. It's bondage. I've learned to recognize that everything is spiritual. Things don't just happen. Things are driven from one or the other, from good or from evil. And hoarding especially, that's straight demonic. It's demonic. You're letting things in your home that you don't even know are there. You're letting things in your home that you absolutely don't need. And what you're doing is you're limiting. Sorry about my look. I'm going to have to go ahead and get this coffee making. You're limiting who you are. You can't entertain anymore. You can't invite people over. You're too embarrassed. Where's my coffee scoop? Because, first things first, guts to have the coffee. This is good coffee, by the way. And it's actually more cost effective than the others. When I got back from Puerto Rico, when I got back from Puerto Rico, of course, after having drank their amazing coffee, it's ground like this. It's real super fine. This is a Mexican coffee. But once I got back to America, there was no good coffee. I couldn't find a good brand of coffee. I couldn't find anything that wasn't so bitter. I couldn't handle it. It was disgusting. So anyway, I found this coffee and Cafe Bustelo. Try it if you want some good coffee. And actually, Dollar General carries it, and Walmart. And Aldi's. So my favorite grocery store. But those habits turn into bondage. No one can come over. You can't entertain. You don't want anybody popping in on you. And I know this because I grew up with those tendencies of not a perfect house. Well, then it became not a perfect house to a cluttered house, to a dirty house, to a filthy house, to a hoarding haven. And I don't go see her anymore because her house is that nobody. It's not like you can have Thanksgiving over there. She has no table. It's all cluttered. You can't sit anywhere. Every chair's covered. Company can't come. She won't let anybody in the house. She's too embarrassed. And you would have to turn sideways and walk through a little path. I'm just saying, y'all, that it's not okay. You're the only one that can fix it. Now, you can have people come in, but when you get to that point, you already it's like an illness that has consumed you. You don't want to let anyone do it. You're attached to everything. What that tells me is you are not attached to Jesus. Or you would not be so attached to those things. Or maybe you are, but is he Lord? Because if you can't let go of other things, is it your Lord? Are the things your Lord? Again, I'm going to tell you, everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. We can't get that enough. It's either good or it's evil. It's either of God or it's of the devil. It feels so good to get up and your house be clean. It feels so good to have somebody pull up in the driveway and you don't feel any anxiety. You don't feel any panic. There's no, oh my gosh, they can't come in. There's no, oh my gosh, let me clean real quick. You can instantly have stuff. You can instantly have sleepovers. Somebody can, like, my grown kids can come over and it's okay. I mean, I've got some straightening I need to do right now, but in the bedrooms. But, you know, for the most part, I could still accommodate somebody. And there's clean towels. There's clean dishes. There's clean bedding. There's everything that we need, we can do. So don't let clutter rule your life. Don't. It's worth it to have a clean house. And, you know, there's things where divorce seems so terrible and so bad in broken families, but in a lot of ways, if it hadn't been for that, I would have continued growing up in those habits. And I'm thankful to have had another scenario growing up of a clean house that I could grow up in. And that helped me to break those learned behaviors of what is acceptable and what is not. Because you're going to go one extreme or the other. You're going to do exactly the same thing, or you're going to really go the other way, be opposite. So, but learned behaviors are hard. Your tolerance level is much higher for stuff that's sitting in the sink, for dishes that are undone, for floors that are not swept, beds that are not made, vacuuming that's not done. You're oh, it's okay, because you've lived with it around here. But it's not okay. It's not okay. You get to a point where you can. Things are no longer okay. So, wish you could smell this coffee brewing. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because habits are changeable, but you got to take the action to do it, and you've got to do the work, and you've got to want to, you've got to commit, and you've got to make the decision. So if that is a thing you struggle from, then don't be a perfectionist and overly beat yourself up. That was another thing. Now, this same person would ridicule for the rest of their life my grandmother, who she was at her house once and found some egg on a fork that was supposed to be clean in the drawer. So what? She stated that over and over and over about her dish cleaning. But she's the one now living in a hoarding situation without a single, probably dish clean. You do reap what you sow. Your words are powerful. Don't curse others, and certainly don't curse yourself.